Hello everyone. So today we are doing the last part of the chapter, reproduction in animals. So till now we have learnt about two types of reproduction, asexual and sexual, and we also discussed about sexual reproduction in human beings, how exactly the fertilization takes place and how the zygote formed develops into an embryo, fetus, and then finally into a fully grown baby. Now, fertilization that is taking place in sexual reproduction is actually the fusion of male and female gamete to form zygote. Now, in human beings, as we saw, this takes place inside the female reproductive system. But there are some organisms in which this fertilization, that is the fusion of male and female gamete, takes place outside the female body. And on that basis, we have two types of fertilization in organisms, which are internal fertilization and external fertilization. So as I said, internal fertilization occurs inside the female parent. So that means the male gamete fuses with the female gamete inside the female body. So as it is occurring inside the body, we call it internal fertilization. And it takes place in reptiles, birds, and mammals. And the development of the baby also takes place inside the female body only. Whereas, if we talk about external fertilization, it occurs outside of female parent. For example, fish, amphibians, and some more aquatic vertebrates. In these organisms, the fusion is taking place outside because in these animals, the male and female parent, they release their gametes outside their body in water, and as the gametes are outside, the fusion also occurs outside only. For example, the frog. In case of frog, the female frog lays the eggs in water, and the male frog then produces the sperms which fuse together with the female gametes, that is the eggs, and then it fertilizes the egg, results into zygote, and then the new frogs are, that is the tadpole grows from that zygote which is formed from the fusion. Here, as it is external fertilization, unlike human beings, a number of eggs, hundreds of eggs are released. As we saw in human beings, there was only one egg released at a time, but in frog, or mostly in all the organisms who carry out external fertilization, hundreds of eggs or a number of eggs are produced at a time. Now, as we are talking about the frog, we'll see how after this fusion of the gametes, how the life cycle goes in case of frog. Once the eggs are released, they get fertilized by the male gamete. This fertilized eggs then result into the early tadpole. This early tadpole then grows into late tadpole, and this late tadpole then develops into an adult frog. And again this adult frog will release the gametes, and fusion of gametes will again continue in the same process. So this is the life cycle of frog. Now in this life cycle of frog, as you can see, there are different stages. The first stage of life cycle of frog is eggs. Second stage is early tadpole. Third stage is late tadpole, and the final and fourth stage is the adult frog. Now if we compare the features of this animal at different stages of life cycle, we will see that they all look very different from each other. If we see the early tadpole and the adult frog, there are no similarities. They look very different from each other. That means a lot of changes take place in the organism as it passes from one stage of life cycle to the next. And this process of drastic changes that an organism undergoes during its life cycle is termed as metamorphosis. So we define metamorphosis as an extreme change in form from one stage to the next in the life of an organism. It happens in many more organisms, like many insects, like butterfly. If you all remember the life cycle of butterfly, what happens? The first stage of life cycle of butterfly is egg. From the egg, what comes out is the caterpillar, the larva. Larva then takes the form of cocoon, the pupa stage, and from the cocoon the adult silk moth or the butterfly comes out. So the silkworm, the butterfly, all these insects, they are also having this process called as metamorphosis, because they are undergoing different changes during their life cycle. So we often refer to metamorphosis as life cycles. So for example, as I said, the larva to the cocoon to the adult butterfly, and the egg to the tadpole to the adult frog, all these are examples of metamorphosis. Now here, whatever we discuss here, you saw that here some organisms are giving birth to the young ones directly, whereas some organisms, they lay eggs, and from the egg the new organism grows. And on that basis we have two types of animals called as viviparous and oviparous. What are these viviparous and oviparous? The animals are born from their mother's womb. That means the viviparous animals, they give birth to young ones directly. We don't have eggs in such animals. For